first episode of Gustalicious. My name is Daniel, and I'm very pleased that you tuned in, and we're gonna cook together ravioli with ricotta lemon filling.
Okay, the ingredients are flour, eggs, olive oil, ricotta cheese, lemons, zucchinis, salt and pepper.
First we start with dough because that needs a little bit of time, and in between that we do make the filling. Let's start.
I'm adding the flour to a bowl, giving 2 pinches of salt, and then adding the eggs. At last, I'm adding 3 tablespoons of oil. I'm taking here olive oil. And the mix has now to be kneaded either by a kitchen machine or by hand. Now there is still some manual work to do. We have to knead the dough well on a flour surface. The dough should be smooth and elastic. So, our dough needs a little break, and we pack them in a cling film and put it in the fridge for at least a half an hour. Okay, for the ravioli filling, I grate the lemon peel on a fine cheese grater, but pay attention that you only grate the yellow part of the peel. The white is rather bitter and falsifies the taste. Okay, I add the grated lemon peel to the ricotta cheese, as well as the juice of a half of a lemon. Then I'm seasoning it with salt. I use here fleur de sel and freshly ground pepper. Don't use ground pepper that comes in a tin. It really lacks all those essential notes that brings a floury, resinous flavor. Now we just have to add a yolk and mix the filling well through.
So, now starts the fun part. We start with the ravioli.
We want to make as little dough waste as possible, so therefore I shape the dough rectangular and then cut it into slices of approximately 5 millimeters or 3/16 of an inch. And then flour well the slices so that they don't stick to the dough roller. Okie dokie. Now we start with the thickest level of the machine here, and we go level by level down. And don't forget to flour the thinner slices, otherwise they will stick together. That will create quite a mess.
So we got the dough finally done. It's really thin, so you can really see through. That's how it should be. Don't forget, if you want to go any finer, you have to work really carefully that it doesn't tear or the filling gets out while cooking. So I used the position 7 from 9 for the thinnest thickness, and I think that's pretty good.
Now with the help of ravioli board, I fill the ravioli. Important is not to forget to flour the ravioli board before covering with the pasta, otherwise the dough might stick onto the board. Now we set pies the size of a walnut into the deepening. The easiest way is with the help of a piping bag, but it works also with a tablespoon. Finally, we cover it with a strip of dough and then carefully roll with a rolling pin over the board until these little nibble things stick out. Don't worry, if you don't have a ravioli board at hand, you simply set the piles of filling in the lower third of the stripe. Brush then the dough with a little bit water all around the filling, and yeah, don't do it like me. Do it with a brush, it goes easier, but I couldn't find that thing. When you're done with that, then close the dough and press it well, and then cut it into individual ravioli with a dough wheel. So you're all set now. So now we're in the final round. We only have to cut the zucchini into small cubes, but before that we setting up the boiling water for the ravioli. When the water starts to boil, we add salt to it and add the ravioli carefully to the water and simmer them gently for about 4 minutes. In a non-stick frying pan, we heat some drops of olive oil and give the zucchini cubes to it and fry it gently until they're lightly golden brown. Seasoning it with freshly ground pepper and some salt. Take here fleur de sel. Now we carefully get the ravioli out of the water and add them to individual plates and top them with the zucchini cubes. Buon appetito!